It's open for development. It's open for development, but I guess the primary thing is to get the buy-in of the group. Thank you. That's my story. If there are any questions, I'll answer.
Okay.
Dr. Odutola?
I'm here. I'm with you. Yes.
Yeah.
So the ball, is it the court is in our ball or the ball is in the court? Whichever way. I think this will be treated as information. And if there's anybody who has a question, we probably will just take it very quickly. Or else, let's move on quickly to the presentation of submitted works. And Mr. Segun Adefila has already uploaded his own submission for today and is ready to speak to it. Let me see. Golden Fleece, I think, is titled.
Welcome.
I think it's titled Golden Fleece by Segun Adefila. Written in 2008. So Segun, I'm going to ask to move. Yes. Okay, good. Okay, I'm going to mute. Okay, Segun, you have the floor.
Okay, so Golden Fleece was my entry for a collection of plays sponsored by the Royal Court Theatre. You know, they got about six playwrights or 7 playwrights together. We had workshops for like, it spread about 2 years, but at every point that we came together, we spent about a week or 2 together, and then we'll go and write. So Golden Fleece is my second, I did the first one, which is Clipped Wings. It was rejected. They didn't like it. So they told me to go and work on another one. Then I came up with Golden Fleece. And basically it's about, the current thing going on now, Japa, a group of people who decide to leave the country, and while trying to escape, they started retelling stories of their experiences, where they were coming from. So I have 2 excerpts that I've submitted here from the play. I submitted the second one just now when my 2 sisters came in, because that addressed the issue of, feminism in our society. The first one I submitted was when Agba, one of the characters, was being interrogated and the issues he raised. So the best way to experience this is to, maybe you should read it.
Dr. Odutola?
Yes, sir.
May I suggest that we have someone read the synopsis, because I think it's also in the book, right?
Yes.
So that we can situate, because it's an excerpt, so that we can situate whatever we read in the context of the
Okay. When people of diverse background with private needs and same desire meet, what do? Golden Fleece explores the basic desire of the people. Huh?
No, it's reading already. Reading the synopsis. It's not really the moderator. Let somebody read.
There's a vote against you, and somebody here should read.
Can you hear me, Obo? Yeah.
There's a request that somebody here should read.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Oh, you have copies with you there, or I'm going to start scrolling. Okay.
Think about when people of diverse. What is reading? What's offering to me? That's you can't see. I think if you remove the attention, they darken and the
Darking was not me.
these are the facts.
Okay, can you hear me? Oh, he says I'm not sure. When people of diverse background, with private needs and same desire meet, what do they do? Golden Fleece explores the basic desire of a people who decide to go in search of freedom, hiding and dodging as they journey on to an unknown but promising destination. They each have a past that needs to be left behind, a past that touches on socio-economic and political issues. As they play progressive, each share their story in a play within a play fashion. All like us are victims of situations within or beyond their control with a shared hope. Oh, glasses. You didn't have that glasses. You forgot it. I beg on that.
Yeah. That's good.
Okay, so I have
are we going
finished
to distribute
reading.
the roles? Oh,
Yes, please. Yes, please. Convince me. Convince me. Calm down. Calm down. So that we can also be interactive. You have so when the purpose of what is called That's why
It's on the platform. It's on the platform.
Who is sharing the who is sharing this? It's here already.
Yes.
Somebody's sharing.
No, so you're looking at the one on the Zoom. It's on the platform.
Oh,
It's on the
okay.
platform. That you can see. I mean, my phone was supposed to come with hard copies, but I couldn't make it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so yes. Well, I think you should bring more. Okay, let's go to that. So if you're reading the Agba character, that's an excerpt. It's between man, who is supposed to be his conscience or the mirror of society, questioning Agba. You know, Agba was a politician. No, okay, so these 8 people trying to escape. There are 4 men, Agba, an old politician, maybe First Republic politician, Bobo, young chap, Jimbo, Sisi, Queen, Madam, I've forgotten the name of the other characters. So they're all escaping, but they have something behind them. For instance, Jimbo, in his narration, was somebody framed for stealing. You know, they caught him wandering and he was arrested and they took him to the police station. And after a while, the case became, they turned it into a case of stealing because there was nobody to come and bail him. Something typical to where I come from in Bariga. They just catch you and then if you can't pay the bribe and get out of the police station, you can find yourself in Kirikiri. And so Jimbo came in from his village to the city and was in search of a job when he was caught wandering. And when they couldn't pay his way out, he found himself in jail. That was where he learned how to steal. You know, so they came out of, and this prison is supposed to be a character reformation center, but his character became deformed from that experience. Agba was a First Republic politician, like I said, and so it is his turn now to tell his own story. You know, and he talked about how he wanted to help the people. And he contested because he was very popular and won the election. And then he got to the house. I mean, he got into the corridor of power and saw what people were doing with power. And it was only his voice among so many people. In fact, when he got there, he met, you know, activists that they admired there, taking their own share of the national cake. So he decided to take just a little for himself, just to help. And now, this excerpt is where his conscience or the social conscience meets him and asks him the questions that are being posed there. So it's between those 2 characters, man and Agba. This excerpt, the Agba one. Yes. Yes.
Kole, I think he has yielded.
Huh? What?
Kole,
Yep.
Colin, he has yielded the floor.
Oh, okay. Aren't we going to go through the script, or just the intro he gave is okay? The context, because the last time I thought it was read all through.
So I think that we can just read the excerpt since we have the context now.
Okay. So which one do you want us to read from this? Can you see what I'm sharing?
Yeah.
From man.
Yeah, we can read this.
Oh, you want me to read it now? Okay.
It depends on how you read it. But there are two characters.
Okay.
Man and Agba.
Can you play Agba then? Let me do man.
Okay.
Okay, I guess the first part is the narrator. Huh? Welcome to this space, everybody.
Okay.
Or you want to do the...
No. Man is dubbing as narrator, but we've gone back. Go for the excerpt. The excerpt.
This one? Is it this one?
No. Maybe you should just check the platform.
Do I have the wrong version? Eh?
Yes.
Do I have the wrong
check the
version?
platform? This is not the one.
Oh, okay. Okay. So there's another one. So let me stop sharing this then. Okay. So there's another one on let me go and see whether I can find that one.
Lights fade on them to reveal man. That's the narrator. The players reenact and mime the tale when necessary.
Okay.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, that one, the one you copied. Okay, let me see. Preferred except, okay. Golden fleece. All right. Okay. Okay. I think this is what you want us to share. This one, Abi. Abinobiam.
We have to start. It's on the platform. Stay on where the thing was just going forward. Yeah, I look at it. But we check the last.
Check the last. Okay. I think you found it already.
Okay, this one.
Lights fade on them.
Preferred except for the goal. Jibo. Is it one? Or no?
I don't think it is this one.
Oh, light fades on them. Okay. Okay. I've seen that one. Copy. Okay.
It is all day.
No, Mochirin. Mochesharin.
I sent one you came in.
Yeah, it is all day.
So we are reading the fourth one I sent. I said I sent
Okay.
one, I saw it was in front of me.
Shagun, Shoni. Lights fade on them to reveal man, narrator. The players reenact and mime the tale where necessary. Man. Agba was one of those firebrands who clamored for justice and equity. When he talks, people are moved. He never lets any chance to attack any form of injustice pass by him. To test his popularity, he vied for one of the public posts and was selected on a clean bill by his people. You all know what that automatically means, don't you? It means instant power, power to be wielded by one on behalf of all. Armed with power, Agba became the people's voice. Are you going to read the stage directions?
Light revealed Agba addressing a crowd made up of the other players, Madam, Leader, Queen, etc. They are the protesters, of course, who are seen carrying placards. Placards have nothing written on them. And their slogans are
audible but not intelligible.
Yes. This continues for a while and Agba stops them.
Greatest, my people. Great. Greatest of all the greatest of all the greatest, my people. Great. Kulu Tempa. I thank you all for making me your eyes, ears, and mouth. I know how bad things have been for all of us, because those up there seem deaf to our songs of grief down here. They are high on something. I'm determined to find out. Their eyes are glazed, and they smile at our suffering. They share the national cake baked on our bent backs, then play with chairs while fighting for our share, which eventually becomes their rights without our choice. They drink our sweat, blood, and tears, and smack their lips. No, leave Baba God out of this. There's nothing God cannot do, but there are so many things God won't do. This very one, we will have to do ourselves. By the power bestowed on me, by you all, I shall go up there and meet them. I shall let those egg eaters know that we who lay the eggs have our enos smarting, so they should eat those eggs with caution.
Tell them.
Trust me. You know now. You know how to handle them. I know how to handle them. Though I've never been up there, when I get there, you will see them all tumbling headfirst downwards.
Then he goes and then he runs back to the stage, panting. And then the crowd, what happened?
My people, what's our world turning to?
Tell us quickly if we should wait for another Messiah.
You will not believe the kind of people I met up there.
Come on, please.
My people are chameleons. People trust no one.
Even you?
I mean, trust no one up there.
Why?
This world. This world.
What is wrong with this world?
One of them gives Agba water. Agba goes quickly.
You know, I left here with a promise to send those people up there head first downward.
Yes.
But I didn't even get the chance to see them face to face. I only heard their voices.
During blackout, so the only voice can be heard.
Familiar voices. Familiar voices. Reverend voices. Voices of our saints and defenders.
What? Did you see them?
Let me finish. At first, I thought my ears were up to some silly games. There was no way There was no way those respectable people could sit, dine, and chat with people up there.
Did you see their faces?
Why would I want to say what I didn't see? At first, I was tempted to turn back without confirming their faces, but what they were saying was alarming enough.
Well, what were they saying?
What else? They were all there sharing us out and making merry. What vulgarities I did not hear. Things you would not expect to hear from people of timber and caliber. And the shocking thing was the grand betrayal by some much respected people like
Whispers the name like Fela's name or Pastor Adewu's name. And then they hear the crowd react. Yeah, pa.
Go back up there and let them know the will of the world has ears.
May our heads follow you.
I shall go.
Let's not waste time with the song. Go for it, blah, 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 blah. So it goes. And then the people are left waiting. So I've left the stage now, and people are there waiting. They go for some, maybe a year or two. Man comes in. My people.
My people. Please fear the system when it's hungry. It swallows all and sundry, because hunger knows no boundary. It overcomes the unwary, those who tarry, where the wicked make merry. So like a wild wine to bottled moods, what happened afterwards is mouth tearing. Okay. Akbar ascended a tower, armed with his people's wailing, and the bitter dose of truth for those who loot. He went up, but couldn't close his mouth when he met his long-lost faithful servants on their way down. They were coming from above with soiled palms from the oil from the leftover of the people up there.
No lights reveal Akbar, looking bewilderment, as some crouching figures scurry past him, carrying Ghana must go bags. He continued the narration.
What I saw on my way up nearly tore my mouth apart.
Akbar.
But what I saw when I got to the top blew my muddled mind. I saw an unholy union, like cat and mice in fellowship. In the meantime, my people were waiting for me below to rescue them from the stranglehold of their people above. They were waiting patiently. And what does a long wait do to the soul? Where is it? The strain was beginning to show as time revealed.
So you are left now talking about him in his absence. Masses 1, he will come. I'm sure he will. He will not forget the son of whom he is. He might be gone for too long already, but he will come. Yes.
Sure, stories. He's coming, though.
He's coming. Lies revealed man and Akbar, now in chains, but well dressed. Man walks around Akbar as he continues the story.
See him. See him looking like a cock, like a cock with a needle in its guts. He has gullibly swallowed the sugar-coated bait. Now hooked, he cannot unhook himself because the hook has his guts. Couldn't you refuse?
If I could, I would.
But you saw it coming.
It wore a sparkling garment.
What happened to all that glitter not being gold?
A selection is an unaffordable luxury when there is an erection. Why find conscience for a stiff pole?
I do the questioning. Why did you do it?
Everybody was doing it now.
But you are somebody.
Somebody is still part of everybody.
How do you feel now?
Soiled, tinted, marked, black spotted.
But what's so prized for this price?
My heroes were feeding from the system. All respectable people. My father was dying from total starvation. I was exhausted after all the struggles below. I had to do something. Stick to my guns and starve to death, or bend a bit and meet my needs.
Man looks on. Silence, spoken by Aka. Abba, continue.
Where I go continue.
Fellow Crusaders.
Fellow Crusaders. Fellow Crusaders were taking their share. I decided to take just a little for me and my people. It was in a brown envelope.
The procession walks past Agba as he talks. They are well dressed and each carrying a Ghana Muslim bag, from which they give him one brown envelope each as they pass him. Agba received each envelope with gratitude. As the last person delivers the last envelope, Agba settles down to count his windfall joyfully. He tucks the money away and walks to the man who turns away from him.
You tarried too long. They left when they didn't see you. They smelled a rat and ran like a cat. Why would cats run from rats?
The big cat swallowed its vomit in the presence of the rats.
Yeah, let's say it in simple language. They say your dog chewing kola nuts. They say your rat. They saw your rat with wings. You became a rat, bird, and rat at once. You became a bat, bird, and rat at once, blinded by light.
You said to say it in simple language now.
You dined with the devil with a stunted spoon.
I didn't.
You did.
I didn't.
Can you see your ears without a reflector?
Ask them. I didn't.
Where are they? They left.
They didn't wait to hear my side of what they heard about me.
They didn't have to. They've got eyes.
And what did they see? What did they say they saw? Me? What did they say they saw me do or heard me say?
Nothing. May the God not break in your mouth.
My mouth.
It's kola nut?
God. And you call it my God,
Oh, may the God not break in your mouth. It is not from me you shall gather that your people said you spat in the face of the way. When you threw those pebbles at the marketplace, you took part in the plunder and accused those who up there of theft. Your whiff preceded you. It assaulted their truthful senses. You were smeared and you smelled.
But I didn't mess.
That's what you think. It's convenient to forget your mess. When you cast the pebbles from your glass house at the market, you not only shot your toe, you also stepped on toes. You thought you could fight the system while you rubbed shoulders with the system. And those brown envelopes.
I used their content judiciously. I tried my best for them.
For who? Were your children schooled where their children schooled? Did you drink from the same cup again? Were you there for them again? How come? How come only your people got the juicy jobs?
They were tested and trusted people now.
So where are they now?
You tell me where they are.
They left.
Why?
Because you became compromised. You drank their sweat and dimmed their hope. You began to embrace what you condemned. It was all too much for them. They took the little you dropped and left before you returned.
They deserted me. Oh.
After you deserted them.
Stage direction.
Just long enough for the group to return to their position before the commencement of the story.
I was unrobed along with other occupants of the exalted seats, fashionably called board members. We were routed by some radical hunters who took over the running of our bleeding but sleepy town. You all know what the town becomes when a trained hunter takes over its rulership. A jungle. By the time I came out, they've changed even the colors of our currency. Now tell me, what one returns to after all this? Oh, they've changed the colors of our currency. Now tell me what one returns to after all this.
That's how I've searched for your ears and hearts. Shameful.
What can be seen in your mouth again? They did the right thing. So are you running away from shame or together?
Agba.
I'm running away from a soggy past.
Next.
Okay. All right. So I guess somehow we managed through. And the next thing is, yeah, what do you all feel? What do you feel from the little we have read, the rhythm, the raciness of it, the content, the form, and all that? The floor is open for anybody who has something to say.
Sorry, what is policy?
Open for anybody.
Okay. Huh? Yeah. Okay.
The floor is open. You just jump in, or if you want to be a gentleman, you can, or gentlewoman, you can raise your virtual finger or hand.
Virtual finger or virtual hand?
Any, the two, both of them. But while we're waiting for the first person, I will say this straight away. When we first started, I was saying to myself, those elements that we are talked about, those African elements, proverbs and all of a sudden they just started to come like rain, started to rain, that nobody will tell you that this is an African voice. You could hear the voices of an African, the culture was there. You could also hear the strict lingo. And that just sort of gave it that spice. Now, every other thing, I mean, as literature, it works very well for me. As a script, I'm sure it will even work better when a director handles this. I don't know how long it's going to be, but from the little slice we have read, it says something. Though all those play within the play that you have promised us in the synopsis, I don't know where that will feature from. From what we heard, They were supposed to have Japa. Yeah. It looks as if
that one excerpt is a play within the play. That excerpt is one of the plays within the play.
Okay. Yeah. Let me to also say something. You know, because these things are excerpts, and that's why we have always recommended synopsis to accompany each submission. So it's obvious that we may not be able to fully critique this piece. However, because this gathering is intended to make whatever we hear, whatever we read, better. It is not for praising. Yeah. But personally, I particularly like the use of rhymes and illustrations that are all over the piece that we read. And like Collier also observed, it's unmistakably African. In fact, I dare say Nigerian. There is also an old style. You could have played this in the 80s or even 90s, and it will be very apt and appropriate for that period. In terms of language, in terms of theme, though the theme is in a country like Nigeria, seems to be everlasting. These are the things that we've always suffered. This is our perception of those who are in power, people who have led us at different points, whether they are activists in court or just regular politicians. We have always suffered this a long time ago. It will be interesting to read the rest of this piece so that we can also find context, but it's topical. It's topical. It's an everyday thing in Nigeria. I yield.
Yeah.
On its own, not minding the whole piece. Just the except that we ready. Critique that. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I think John God said that the rest. It's extensive thousands. Not just that's our different policies. When you bring your head up as a fighter for the people, then you are not elected to go and fight for us. You get them, you mix with them, you join them and begin to give us teachers, and then we are hopeless again. We go back to what we were hoping for another state here that eventually will not come. That's what I got from this.
You okay?
Yes.
Yes.
And what are not speaking anymore. So we are waiting for another Messiah. The only one who was consistent in my memory was Ganipa. Even then, there were still accusations against him that he ate money from this, what do you call them? The civil rights sponsors from America and the rest. He was deceived.
He was different.
He was different. He said, and he said, no time he said, he made a statement. He said, no, because of actually he said, I did not serve God, I served man. So what? Yeah, that's why he said, because he said, by serving man, he's serving God. It was his quote. Maybe I'm not getting the right word, but he said to man. And since the people began, was designed for the whole man, whatever it takes to do, until they now he want trousers because of man that he was selling before. So I do not blame him at all. And I do not blame Jennifer anything because whether he took money from here or not, because they were sponsoring them, yeah? So if he took money from them and he fought till the end, he never sold out. I never heard that he sold out. You know, so it's the only freedom rights, or what they call them, fighters that I know in Nigeria that remain true to the end. That's the other one. They go and blow hot and in the next 2 weeks. No, you know, they are working on it, this and that. Then the next time you go to see him, soldiers will pursue you at his feet. That's the end. You search for another Messiah, starts again. Yeah. Basically, that's what came out from
But
may I again? I'd like to raise something outside of this, but still situated in this. My observation is that even in this 2026, people still aspire to write like the old masters. Oga and Soyinka, Tulushopola, and the rest of them. They had a style that I feel was suited to that period. The complexity of language in this one is akin to those ones, those people. The veiled reference also seems to also be in
like a symbolic right.
Exactly, yes. You know,
we are not going to come up with the right word.
You know,
Why did you guys?
And you know, it raises a further question, and that's the question I was going to raise. In 2026, 25, 26, are we writing grammar to conform, or we're writing with a target audience in mind? It's the question I wanted to ask, especially you, Shaggy.
So, I think anything that God will add for me is everything. I put myself first, the player second, and then the audience first. So I'm telling you, I put myself into the position. Sense that what am I borrowing from? Where am I borrowing from? So you see in this where Crescent is simple language. Let's take the language. Again, I'm trying to keep that for people. There's a way, I mean, look at music. Music of today, those music of today, I'm like, yes, it's none of those things. But it's trying to say something very vulgar. I don't know if those songs are very much the same. Because we have the code.
Yeah.
But this will not be bothered about that. We don't give anything to the imagination. So I'm trying to find a way to make those people I don't speak 26 and get assault. At the same time, I don't want to.
So maybe that's why you speak directly to their language, because they're the ones that are going to fight, not us. I mean, speak it directly in their language.
Yeah.
You see, because the time of counting changes. Well, things never change as long as we keep putting them in capital. Even if you speak Chinese, we're going to come from war.
Ken doesn't seem to agree.
So I don't have too much to say.
But I followed the reading and it was quite rapid. It was the pace was there. Language very consistent with the times. Even till now, that still sounds very it's really good. And it happens in master.
Yeah. And don't forget seven stars.
Yes.
Seven stars.
We have that. But yesterday I had a conversation around balance right now. Fundamental budget. Budget. Yes, budget.
Go back to music.
No, budget costs nobody for the arts. Nobody.
Yes. Yeah.
They're taking money away from everywhere and putting it for one. So the artists are now coming from very there, right? And you take money from the person and get it. I take money from the stuff. Right. And do a play of colonialism or neo-colonialism. I don't know if you get it. That's what's happening now. We want to use money today. We need to come today and say that these guys are coming to bring from this. You play or do a panel discussion for something like that. So there's a basis for come on. Because they're thinking about the article, right? Discussion. Preaching particular stuff. You want to write African first example of the times. To write speak to government, you will not touch. You will not touch. So the first of our art are subject to commerce. In one way,
Yeah.
They don't we are
Very important point. Takes me back to 14th century preaching. When the actors have to beg for money and then look up there, I have to see your food before I can sponsor you. And that's the whole idea of the last contest.
In the Shakespeare time, there was the brilliant writer, probably better than it. But he was anti.
I'm talking about the Lincoln.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was very violent. Yeah. Very violent.
He was Shakespeare's contemporary. But look at Shakespeare. Shakespeare was a member of so activism and budget cannot work together.
See, Shakespeare, you said you wrote for royals, right?
Yes.
But he was not royal.
No.
That is the controversy that is still raging today. Some people can test you with their life that Shakespeare was not the one who wrote those things.
He didn't like one. He was on his own, but every of the slaves, every of the slaves, like the 90% of the slaves, all an of 100.
So the call.
People don't believe it. Like
man now. Yeah. And then you know, at the point, at a point, you know that the actors were sent out of town because they were lazy and bad influence. That's why they sent them to the bank like habits. They took all of us from Lagos, from town, when we were people like this. And it was anathema to be seen, the nobility seen to be mixed with the boss. But some of them don't what we were doing. They couldn't keep away. So in the night they will disguise and go to Babbitt and watch play. Sometimes they will write their own and give to a popular director and manager say, you people performing for me, I'll give you small money. So that was what they were doing, and that is how that translated was now giving his place to William Shakespeare to put his name as the one who takes them, so that he will not be found guilty of mixing with riffraff. So, you know, and then when some of these managers at that, when they wrote this, they now speak to meet the nobility and say, please, can you sponsor this place? You know? But his sponsorship was not something like that. In Rome and in Greece, it was sponsored by state. But in England, it was not sponsored by state. The sponsorship was not working like that. The actors that they have to live, they have to eat. They started using their own theater, they started the Wacom theater stuff, moving from place to perform, to raise people money. So those controversies still there. But for me, what I Shakespeare and love to play or something, therefore I don't give a shit. You didn't want to identify with the people, so let us take the credit. You understand? Yeah. I think for me, Shakespeare wrote the play, but because he was an Indian, he was not a well-traveled man. That was able to write plays about the role of Europe and the world, even Africa. You know, so those kind, like I said at the point too, activity has nothing to do with what do you call it?
Context.
Yes, yes. If as
Yes, now. Can I give you my money to come and
Tony also want to talk after you.
It is supposed to be because we cannot careful to structured and okay, some of the online because you're not using it. If I get yeah, all that I'm saying, but that will take us away from what of the place.
but you agree to that.
why do you write this? For yes, as an artist, there's just process going on in my head all the time. Everything, you know, I know where I know that we're not there. So performing in Ghana from so where budget is that? I think in my mind I know because this is what we did that at all. I got better. So yeah, they got the fund. They didn't like this at all. Because somehow, because first and foremost, they didn't feel they are afraid of what a proper play should be. So if you read the play now, you're going to find where the first thing I also said in that play, my people. What concerns those nuances that colonizers are not used to. They're not used to communicating, they're not used to. But to connect the question of what this is my favorite. Concerned about these guys want to teach us to tell our story. You know when they started with the idea of specific they took some six of us from here. The late Wole took this lady, an agitated lady, one from me, Maxwell or something, and myself. So they took us there. They said there's this new thing that they were going to start, and they said they will meet the authority of that style of theater. And so we're all eager to go. So I wanted to find out what the guy said because he couldn't gain admittance into mainstream theater, he had to go about alternative spaces to play this work. So we can't go to what's their own the alternative the Broadway in the UK. What's their own called? West End. So we have to go for parks, markets. Me from Umar. This was brought me here from my leg. So me, I just shut it down. I was collecting around, looking their food, doing everything, but I never left the place. Wole will tell you, when we travel from our hotel to the place, I heard them discuss the place that was supposed to talk about. And then when I get there, I'm hearing them. No, I disagree with that point. And they came here. And invited NASA. And the director of each council came out and said to us that we're starting something new. We want you people to know that the theaters are happening in alternative spaces. And everyone of us sat down. And listen, nobody said, excuse me, as I want to this one, I will get that. I was saying, no, give me a space, I give you a stage. Came to Africa. But came to Nigeria. So they take so many people. So it was like protest was Africa was a lot of fighting them. But I met a friend his father told him, when you are 18 and you are not the country, you don't have a house. And when you are 40, you are not the country, you don't have a head. So it's so if the tone is getting another boy, the government they want to try to because they have to pay some fees. And very, very dangerous for us. Very dangerous to be in that place.
Dr. Dukola.
Yeah, of course you know that I was struggling to pick, but I was picking one or two things. I just wanted to share this with you. I'm not sure you all were able to pick the fact that there is the dialogue somewhere was dated. If you listen carefully, where it said, by the time I came out, the currency had changed. It's for me, it may mark a particular time in the life of this nation to say around there. But like Bimbo was saying, maybe it applies to the 80s, but in my mind, that is already dating the play itself. That's one. The second thing is that I think this play is very aspirational. This is the imagination of a writer hoping that our kashivists, or those they call activists, the kashivists, will still have conscience to come and meet with us. Usually once they go, my brother, that it don't end with that. They'll never come back to explain that their hands were soiled. They leave that to us. And I know that for dramatic effect, you thought that character should come back the way he went. There was hardly any change. Though in the language there seemed to be remorse. But I would have expected that as soon as that character goes to meet them, there should be something that would have changed, either for the better or for the worse. But this person came back with more enriched language. And that to me is well, like you said, utopia. Because they usually don't come back that way. They won't come back to us. Once we've lost them, we've lost them. I can't recall a KMO coming back and attending Kora. I can't even think of even Bros when he was coming. I can't imagine him coming back to, but maybe he does, but he's not that kind of character that I will say. But those that you've played this on, then I hope there's something you can do to that character to make that. I know you said it's a play within a play, but to signify that go and eat with them and come out. I was expecting some kind of change, maybe just little.
Prof, and one came back in Jankari.
Huh?
One came back.
Jankari.
Who came back?
Andrew.
Oh, Andrew.
Jankari.
Oh, okay.
Okay, when he came back, what did he do?
That's when the one started now. The people came talking to him.
Some of the things that he mentioned. He mentioned a particular phrase. That can also be attributed to the devaluation of the naira. It can be anything. Recently, this man that looks up to all of that. So you can
and the network is 4.
Yeah.
And then the third one was 2.
In terms of the devaluation, this is a very simple question. I'd like you to answer. You think that in terms of education, someone like a young right? You think you can be an activist?
An artist. It started as that.
I'm saying now. You're still
don't talk about it.
You see, for me, what I think is they will say, I have done my part. When it comes down now from me, you will say, I leave it to the point. You will just be talking in interviews. But if it is party that you found, you will not say anything bad against them. If it's another party, you will not be attending interviews and stuff. You can't see him mixing with activists again. That's from this. They will say,
from this perspective.
you
still like this character. What's the context?
So you are not convinced about as of now.
Like not about them, about solve them. You got there, you met so you met people. What stopped me was not the same voices. You know, two women say that solve them with activism. So the system is very system when it is hungry. You know, those who carry who are something says that way. So I think what the question you should talk is that and Festus say come back after he said come and ask again. Which is going to be this yes, after
we have Mr. Gato watch the film. No, not the show. Oh, Jacob. They will tell you that they have done their part.
Dr. Dutola, Mito, I have something.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think he's even left us for discussing.
I'm here.
Oh,
he's here.
Oh, he's there? Oh, he's here.
I didn't go away.
You know,
I'd like to say that the theme of this case, or themes, one would be corruption. Whatever other name you want to call fake activism is also there. And I think that the writer has just expressed, as most writers do, has just deliberately shifted from objectivity to how he feels about a particular matter personally. And that would be difficult to argue against, because it's his conviction. Leadership is corrupt. Even the people we trust, they serve us at the end of the day, and so on. Yeah. That is his reality. And that's what he has written here. So I guess I would say that it's how he wants to tell his story about a particular matter. But I'm also concerned about how this connects with the commerce of theater. Yes, which is what Kenny was saying. So my question would be, when we write, are we recognizing that there are at least two dominant methods of writing theater? Why are we writing theater? For performance, or for academic text, or to just get it off the writer's text? So if he writes on the shelf, it's okay. He has expressed himself. Whichever of those ones that we choose in making a literary decision, I feel that we have to true to it from the very beginning to the end. There cannot be any middle of the road position concerning it. So, have you written this for commercial theater, or you're just expressing yourself, or you're hoping that it will become academic text?
So commerce in the arts has always been, is that immense? But we don't come for I don't know how to speak. Because the thing is that I see arts like surgeons. It is an element of society. What is our role? And then speak about what's your role. Then there are some we've been going to pay for the and I'm not going to take what people want to hear. So let me see what people want to hear. So I can go and I can't try this and I can't find comfort in that space. There was a year when we were just getting commission, 2010. We were just getting commission to come and do stuff. I come again here. It's not better than this. Things are happening in Nigeria. This year, I mean, you can so it's not about something you feel bad about. I'm not making my I'm not making I'm an artist. So I can write about it, something that is going to be stable, that the whole world is going to be stable, that the whole world will listen to it. But I mean, that's the thing.
Let me just. I think Francis has his hand up. Francis has his hand up.
Francis, he said you should hold up. What did he say? Okay.
I said they should allow Francis to speak.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just a little. two things maybe outside of the script, and then I'll land on the script. Number one, very well. I mean, thank you guys for this. This is a great session. It's a great one. I think I undermined it the time it was starting, but I would love that I also enjoy it better. And in this kind of setting, I think it's a bit limiting to engage properly with this child. So what I propose is to have a central place where all of us can view in, and then people all over the world who want to connect can connect. We can hear ourselves. I can tell you for free that more than 70% of what Dr. Dutola was saying, I didn't hear. And it's not his fault, you know. So that's one. If it's going to cost us money, I'm happy to contribute to that. The second thing I want to say is that, and I think we have to find a way, creative people have to find a way to imbibe this. For many years in our creative process, we have always gone this route. Or I care about the money, I just want to do my art. In the mid-80s, when we started, that was the kind of temperament. And that has contributed immensely to how, over time, in the entire game plan, the creative people have sort of they were relegated. It is a different language now. Because of my immediate switch to motion picture, part of my principles when I'm taking a master class is that all the noble possibilities are lost when a producer cannot make money from his work. Why? You will kill yourself in the process. You may not be able to achieve anything, and then you may not do much. You must make gains, profit from your work, whether you are a creative person on stage, whether you are on film. And in any case, for the last how many years, I've been focusing on, motion picture, and there it works perfectly. But coming to the play, well done, and thank you. But you see, maybe I'm too hopeful. I was hoping that at some point, writers like you, will have a sort of shift from that same, it was Solar in 1960. Oh, the country is bad. Okay, so these are the things we do. Our politicians are criminals. So we know that exists. Can we also find a way to engage in communications that now begins to speak differently? What are the kind of things that we must do? What are the kind of things that we, the followers of the people, what are the kind of things they must do? How do we speak to the leaders who are leading us? These are the kind of expectations that we have of you. Because yes, we know that, Toba Debe, you'll be doing this, that, and the other. So that's a known thing. We, the followers who cannot talk, we must find a way to engage in the process and, cause a change. Maybe if we dwell on that for some time, maybe, who knows, maybe things can change. I just thought to make that little intervention. If I have more time, I can speak more to it.
Can I say something quickly? Sorry, thank you. Based on this last point you made, is there any example of agency
There is a
commenting on current affairs politics? Now you know. Agency on current affairs or politics. I can't remember. I can't remember.
I may not be able to cite one. How many agencies do I read anyway? And I think my reading has sort of reduced. you know, because of following and the rest of that. I have to take care of then my reading time now reduce. But you can make reference to some studies on breakable. Alabi, many years performed it so many years ago in breakable. And what is the idea of the story? Where party go. Okay, so that you go to see that. It's true. The kind of quick examples I will give, there's this guy, you know, sort of daily passion. I like the guy so much. He's a lawyer. Yeah. I like him so much. I mean, and we've started to have a dream once, me, this event, to see, and look at those guys that will grow into the mold of the family. Me, I mean, if he lives longer. You guys are saying, tell you about it, oh, now there are some people who have been successful and who continue to speak. Maybe even if you start from Tino, unfortunately, Shoyinka is very friendly, he's too friendly with Tino. So the thing is not allowing Baba also to. But you will know that those days, that's the kind of guy, he's so successful, but he's still speaking to the environment. You might come to the side back over here. But over time, I've not heard his voice for many years, eh? Yes. He's a lawyer to the FCC. No, I'm talking about this. You know, so if to wrap up, that's also the challenge of imagination. So imagine it and say to us that this is possible. This is possible because we already now know the problems. What can be our solution? How can we change the minds of the people towards directing them to a solution?
Theater is making money now. Theater is making real money for mentally really people and in the theater now.
Where?
Theater is making money.
Where now?
Follow your speakers.
Go again.
Let me say something. Okay. You see your second point about whatever it is, start asking. They have made us to believe that it's only that is created. Honestly, I was just going to say before you say it. I said, why is it only
Francis, unmute yourself.
and if you look at it now, it has become so commonplace. So that every time it is the same thing that we are fighting over the years. From South Africa, remember 2 months ago, they did all those things to try that somebody said theater space and whatever you talk about. We're talking that to you should have been that to be another time. You know? So we need to change things. We need to do a theater for entertainment sometimes. And we use after
that the people who are not going to test theater or activities in theater, is it a coincidence that they are also the local and study theater? Because most of these people are lawyers. They are because they are looking away from So yeah, so you guys from outside, they don't even know who what's happening. Never read
Like I said, I just want to entertain my audience and make my money. I don't have all of those things. So, but that's not a danger to the purpose of the what is the purpose? What is the purpose of the what's the
not switching the approach from the victim mentality. Yes, the solution oriented one. Yes. This man's conviction is subjective. Be honest. Yeah. Even the right thing. Subjective because it's his own expression of whether frustration or about the issues in the land, right? When we got state of state the other time, I said, if somebody went up to the two and they do activity, are we saying that activity don't happen at that level? One, yeah, that doesn't happen at that level. There's no activity going on at that level. You know that 10 years ago, I directed a show. The big guys, what's the reason? London Life Lagos Living. Okay, this song. Yes, Omotayo book I adapted it for stage. It was a social commentary on living London and living in Lagos. It had everything inside, and everybody was in the hall.
You were supposed to do 2 shows. They made it mini shows eventually because there was no sitting space.
It had social commentary. It had the issues of the land inside it, and they were laughing. And then they were telling them the truth, and they were laughing at it, and they enjoyed it, and they engaged it. Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to say.
Yes, I agree. But maybe most of us engage in data practice right now. I must stay long at that top level to understand the politics at that level. There are many like industrialists and the metal malpractices and there are intrigues at that level also. But how many of us understand them?
You have to be the person that brings the money. So you can also listen to this area and everything. Be able to reach out to people in the brackets, the geography that you look at address. You cannot be talking about oil and gas. If you have oil we don't bring it, and so you won't get across the laugh at is the wrong. It's number two. Coincidentally, that question, if there any jealousy, any you targeted up to market that are very good. There is one by Bolani. Papa is young. Papa is young. They are friends. I will go to them. Let me also get that. So let me please. Yes. Yes. And I absolutely agree with about the need of creating. So funny, don't like so I don't like so I'm going to write about or put some around right now. Is what you get. Honestly, because people are too busy testing primary. What is primary? So the next SitOut, the next SitOut, or one after that, or the one after that, I'll start with Lekki.
Yes. How do you man from? I don't think we are having enough around that because I think the Francis
How can you make money? When you forget what do you need to make money? Buy multiple ones. That's
While you were in school, I'm not sure. I'm going to go down here. One of the departments of maintenance. It needs to be a re-engineering. That's how theater started. Just do it for. We all started. It's not your fault. I'm not blaming you. Who is that? If you want to do something here, you begin to deceive yourself. You be better with that.
Hello. Bimbo, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Best in the world, and that makes the best in the world, and nobody wants your response.
Unmute yourself.
That's why they are going to
for instance, if I come to your class and say, give me one student here who can come up with a fantastic proposal of a work of grammar. Because we are here, you can even see this. But most likely, they don't exist. Why? The design are the things you teach them at Shakespeare, teaching them teaching them. You are not even teaching. Well, maybe you are probably at some point, people begin to talk about you. And what in the environment, people talk about these guys, what you guys are doing, are speaking about Opobo here. They are speaking to the current dynamics of things. So yes, we have a problem with data theory, and those exist. But the most
Bimbo,
to make when the theater students come from school or whatever, it must be fully loaded. I want to come in. And that can speak to where a lot of people will come out of the creative industry. But someone who's been with one of those companies, you don't know what you're going to do. I mean, not because I don't fancy his idea. If you're not starting to make money, I think a bit of sense.
People on his mailing list. Many of them were either UI friends or friends at work or friends in the neighborhood or whoever friends and 10,000. When he has he already knows that Ajit Paul. Ajit has 250 right? And he knows he wants to do 10 shows. 10 shows, that's 2,500 seats that he wants to sell. So he knows that he has to, out of these 10,000 people, at least maybe it's 2,000 portion of that. They've already bought 1,006. So when he's doing this, he knows he only has 1,500 to sell. And then you start hearing, so that everybody is money.
Yeah, I was.
Trees and English and stuff that he uses. So yeah, he makes money from it. Even though you still have consulting from people like broadband, people like that relationship with. So that's
and finally, as I close, finally, as I close, wonderful comment you made about coming to discuss and display make money. It's a beautiful, excellent topic. Why is the rare? It's so rare to find people talking about I've been consulting for the environment for over 7 years. The last 7 years, most of my jobs have been on consulting. Once I see that, no, I will tell you straight away, another I'm paid. All right, if you don't know, you go say let's focus on this thing. Look at the people on stage. Look at the people making money. Go and check the color. Go and check the technique. Go and check the even when they speak to contemporary issues, they will speak to it in a light manner, motherland. It was an advocacy. It was speaking to government, speaking to the people.
Bimbo.
Entertainment.
Bimbo.
Check most of the people. Colleagues who are doing, theater. Nobody's doing what you did.
Bimbo.
What's that title? What's wrong with you? Fight, never anyway, he made money, he would have made money if so to summarize, you must also understand this 2020. What you are writing, you are writing for the you said it here, you write for yourself, somebody and then you write for the team. You start from yourself and whoever else. People. I was speaking to Gloria before she became the Gloria Ibu. Money. Why would you be able to pay? Something. That time I never get orientation. The project I bring, even me one invest in it. If I had all scatter, I didn't want to play. Want to enjoy. I didn't need to argue that matter. This was so dear. I didn't just to speak to that matter. I put through this bit up. So finally, marketing. Content or the form which we make it and then marketing it. And then there will be space. There will be space in your archive. But let's do something that people will see and enjoy. Make the best together and make it do your child. People won't come if they won't come. Put it anywhere. People won't come if they won't come. And make it really make people that have tickets. People will come and box us. I don't agree with you, sir. I don't agree with you. Well, because so Bejade and make sure I'm there. Let us need.
Hello, Bimbo. Hello. Hello, Bimbo.
Marketing. I want to reference Nigerian play.
Hello.
And then
hello.
Because in South Africa. For Africans, they are trying to
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
No.
Please, can you tell Bimbo to unmute himself? Tell Bimbo to unmute himself. Bimbo to unmute himself.
Unmute.
Bimbo should unmute himself. Okay.
We want to hear your voice.
Bimbo.
And, I think this will look the risk of
Oriade, can you tell Bimbo to please unmute himself? Tell Bimbo to unmute himself. Unmute himself.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right.
Sorry, I got lost at some point.
Okay, let's do it this way.
I'm unmuted now.
Yeah. Can I speak and
Please,
then you will? When I speak, can you tell them what I'm saying when they can't hear me? Bimbo, can I speak and then you can tell? You can tell the others. Huh? You can hear me? Okay.
Very well.
There's something Tony Akosho always says. He says, when we have a meeting, we forget minutes of the last meeting. So at the last meeting, one of the things that came up was the question of demography. And that is what you all have been trying to talk about. That you are asking Oriade, what is the demography of those that will come and watch this play? This idea of would it make money, according to Bimbo, is dependent on if you cater for the demography, and that they are the ones that really want to come to the theater these days. But if you shift it to the older generation, what is in this play that would also appeal to them is the question we left unanswered at the last meeting we had. Having said that, and I'm not trying to go academic here, I understand that we should also contextualize Oriade, who for 30 years has been a proponent of theater in the community or community theater. The language in which he's spoken and the way in which he has been financed is very different from the capitalist theater that you're asking, where you've been saying, would it make money and all of that. Let us divide in our minds right now that the content of this play falls in line with theater for development. It is a theater for conscientization, the one in which you want a change. But what I've been hearing is that a lot of our theater-going age range want to be entertained. Those who are making money in film these days are those who have flattened totally anything that has to do with ethics, that has to do with morals. It is all just laughter and laughter and laughter. When it is not laughter, we go to the esoteric, and it is very cultural, historical, and so on and so forth. And within all of these models, we seem to be growing a clientele. And what they say is that what goes for Nigeria, why sometimes we don't start with outside, we start with inside, because we have 200 million people and counting. If only 100,000 will come to watch your show, at whatever amount you charge, we'll break even. But the thing is that we haven't gotten to the point in which we can answer the question truthfully, who pays for all the rehearsals Segun holds? Because he already has a place paid for. The day we can unleash an accountant on him, his voice is going to change. When we get an accountant to value every minute and every hour he spends, that will show clearly how much goes into the production itself. How much is he going to make from it? But you see, for now, the subsidy is coming from the man himself. He makes the money. He's our newfound Agbeegbe. You know, Agbeegbe will sell furniture and he will bring the money to the theater and we'll have Ajo production. And when the furniture stopped selling, the thing went dry as well. So in terms of understanding how we make money, I think we should also try to understand who we are playing to. What is the user profile or the customer profile that we want to? Having said that, the last thing I want to say, and I'm going to shut up, is Segun's play can still go through a Femi Osofison treatment. For those of us who are saying constantly that, oh, we've had that before, we all know it's that they're going to chop money. And when they chop money, they're not going to come back. So what is new? What is new is now to hear the voice of those who attend the show themselves. In Once Upon Four Roberts, there are two likely endings. And I don't know why we cannot use that paradigm, that model. Because somebody has used it, doesn't mean that we can't use it again. I can see in this production where there will be two endings, and the audience, whichever ending they choose, becomes the substrate for discussion. Would also answer the question Francis is raising. You know, where will the change come from? We've been saying the same thing. And finally, one question I want to leave you with. Can theater replace the pulpit? Can the theater do what the pulpit can do? So that is where I want to stop it.
Okay.
I want to make a point about one of the points you made. Earlier we were talking about whether
the few people
who are making this money
they
have invested in studying this. When we talk about therapy, they have the space, they have the sound, they have the lighting, so what costs
to produce play so it's going to play
and also he has invested over the years in audience. Most people don't know. When it has moved at ticket sales, many times we will just call
on mute. Please on mute.
Oh, many times
you just look at the
tickets
number
they
of
are
tickets that are sold already, and the play is lasting
just
call some of our people
and say
we have community tickets. So that first night, when the space is packed, everybody goes away thinking, oh, it has been that. Because you know, before the show starts, somebody will always announce, please, when you're posting stuff, please don't record the whole place. But when you're showing clips, always use hashtag, blah, 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 blah.
that hashtag
is part of the free publicity.
part of the promotion. So she has
invested like that in her
plan. So many people thought that one really wants to do it profitably. There are many tracks but the best those are only hospital Duke of Somolu people have donated skills of making the success of theater production. Apart from those two, I know well theater profit. So that's just to
make a note of what the doctor said about having his theater space. Who is working
for him? Who is however, to make anything out of theater, you pay ahead. Things over time. So that actually your business. Thank you.
Prof, if I have the floor.
Right. So I just wanted to, it's a reminder actually, that the next one, and by the way, we will agree on the date that is convenient for everybody, that we're sure we'll be able to make it. Because if we're not many like this, it's really not serving any purpose. We're not creating conversation. So we'll find a date that is convenient for everyone in February. So that we can, I think it is even as a more urgent note now that we actually hold that conversation around how do you make money from theater. And I'll give you a small, very short story. Last ELBC, German, so Lekki, myself, and Steve and Lori, we were all sitting by the poolside of the hotel. And something like this came up. I had one answer or the rhetorical question, and the conversation ended unintentionally because nobody had it. I asked, I said, how many of the active practitioners in theater do they know who can actually write a proper pitch? We are largely uneducated, and that thing is at the heart of the success of people like Peter and of course, among other things, but they understood the language of people who put money in their projects, and they went out marketing, speaking that language. So the challenge we have is either of arrogance, why we go to beg money for theater. Don't they know? Oh, they don't. They don't. Or we're just living in a world of beliefs. Just write small letter, give somebody sponsor. They want to see what you are giving in return. Sorry? Yeah, please. Can I say something? I didn't mention Tinubu. Oh, okay. The things that ensure that this happens. The big option is for about 2 days. When trying to do a thing with that, yeah, that also direct practice like that. That's how it was an investment. So there was a community that was happening. I also understand that it's privilege. It's privilege. That's how this thing was happening. You have the talent, you have all of that, you have access. Access is very few. And it's privilege to get that. You understand? At the time, great friends of the for the company like from money. That's how we enter the business of that. So you have the community, investment bankers. Yeah. People are only going to find what they want. So that was the bank. Yeah. You have that community. We built a community of for us. So I started Australia there. We came to I continued there. Yes.
Some cultures, that's the this was yes, the doctors came and the wanted you know, and what I'm trying to say is that there's access and there's a dignity. Certain people when they go to consistency now. Somewhere that was the first that how many people will you go to today? How which unique. You have the small place or something, you have to Check what of this concluded. Go back to what the they found that there was a guy who didn't have the let's try or show me we start to look at all conventional spaces and we focus their work. People can make them for themselves. So we're waiting for so that's what so that's what it says. Okay,
can I just take this comment? You see, I also, and I consider myself lucky to have studied forlornly for speakers, and I mean formally. I wrote several articles about her and her business. Yes. You see, you kept talking about access and privilege. Correct me if I'm wrong. Access, privilege gives you access, right? That privilege, you cannot in this world get it if you continue to consistently limit your network to people who function in this business. Because they will not give you money. Those people will not, in fact, most of them will come to see you and not pay. Yeah. So they act it. And that's one of the things that I also saw in Bolande, and I argued with a few people in the past. The artists, the creators, have to step out of his or her comfort zone and mix with people who may not know anything about what he or she is doing, but they hold some of the aids that he needs. That's the time that I would leave my house and go to the hotel as early as maybe 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'll just sit by the fireside. I'll drink tea. Yes. I'll drink tea. While I'm there, all kinds of people come by. Hello, are you here? Are you here? Let's sit down. An incredible volume of numbers from just that one sitting out. I'm not going there for an artist, my friend, my colleague. No, I just go. I drink tea. I play with my phone. People come to meet me. We exchange numbers. Oh, I represent here. Oh, I'm blah, blah, blah. And for me, that is the privilege of meeting that person and treating the person, therefore gives me access to make a pitch. Yeah. Read.
Yes, sir.
Yes, she has been on the games, don't fail. She has success now more than ever. Always in France, I know. Next time, I will have advising for us to get out of the so well.
Indeed.
Because what I was going to see was consistency. Good products. Now, you understand? Performance. Before they build that how there cannot be anybody who has abused privilege like this. What I say, when somebody from the corporate there's something important in many resources. Don't decide those I know, I did How can you also stand up when the show is going? You stand up from all comfort. You understand? It's not so small. Like, now, you should be placed small. When you want to go in all the when it comes inside, the market together so this is now, you understand? This is listening. But we're talking about the artist. But our problem is that one thing for the let's use the technical data. You go down the song. You still the song. The market song. The seller client, I will put that this is the writer of the selling as of the just nice. So what we're doing here, I put to it on the drink Now, in fact, this is that I produce
Okay, can we?
In several times, being an artist is a window, the space for the marketer of your art to step in. So whatever we are making now, we are making nothing compared to everything. So we want to figure out our switching to spend. All the one see the show, how they look like I come there, I will see, I will see the but now we they are only grant every 3 months.
Yeah, let's hear it.
That's fine. I think probably I think it was something that said something about the University of Lagos. And with my decision with my friend, and I said that in Gen of now, the market they are showing very well. If you go to the main hall, you wish to get a space. And we are asking yourself, how do they do it? This is what we depend on. The problem is us from that generation. We refuse to upgrade ourselves. And that's why we drop in front of us. And then when you get you see some traits that are like, we cannot remain where we were. We need to move with the time. So I think, like what you said, we need to talk to ourselves more. And I'll take this thing as an example. I know you've been going on and on and on about it, but people are like, okay, I'm going to sit down to do what? If you ask them, most people are not upset. Most people are actually free. But what am I going to get from this? So it is us. It comes back to us. Whatever it is that we say, we need to reorientate ourselves. We need to be here. We need to understand the business of theater. If not, this can be they are going back. No. When like us came up as problems, you have prime places, no some centers. Lost. Yeah,
So there was a time, see, government that the national between 19 I just said that those of us that are not more we have we have small spaces, we have different places. We have freedom today. Where I have that space, you can market whatever you do. All the person is doing there. Come and say, I like that show. Who is going that guy says tomorrow? I'm going to share the show of Abacha. Can you?
Forgotten they were stopping shows in between this kind of shows. They were stopping up. There
was something back the West in the university used to have what they call job policy. Like 2 days of production. All over the place. And then they to like the day of the day, they are doing that not to raise awareness. Who cares something like that recently? That's when I might have because we saw that. But you see, we do all this kind of things. But something that I'm not like, but we hear that person, can bring that kind of population. Yes, Bros, there was a sign in this Lagos. Everywhere I went to, Bros, wait now. I have gone to people see they try all the time to analyze your number. That's why I talk about a name. Because those kind of people you need. It's not that don't decide the numbers. Maybe the naming list. Anytime you have
definitely somebody that takes the
All right, gentlemen. Gentlemen, it looks like Uncle Colin has slept, but he's still there. And he's there, but he looks like he's trying. Still morning on the other side. Gentlemen, I think we have done an incredible job meeting today. It may not have seemed structured as we hoped it to be, but you see, it's also organic. Taking on the spirit of the show. And we got to this point. We got to this point. Questioning the viability, martial viability of segments, stories. And I have taken away a few lessons. I would say let us pause here and agree on a date in March when we can bring people like Kenneth who have experience selling theater, people like Shaggy who have experience selling especially the development of theater.
Now reading the script, just to get kind of thing.
Like this. We're not reading anything that day. If Bolande will not be too busy, we invite him. They will say, it will be like 30. Let us stay, talk to us, and go. There will be one or two things that all of us will take away from it. Because he is a hands-on person. We're not talking about abstract advertising. So don't know anything about data and saying very much like here. So
what did you remember? What Kenneth also said? Somebody speaking the
Watch out, not plugged.
Oh, about people who got to this. I could not think of someone very nice. He said they made the expensive
Yeah, I feel so. I feel so. Yeah. So,
Did you say we want to
yeah. Yeah. Well, unless they have an event, usually the ladies don't spend off. All right, gentlemen. For me, it's been an incredibly very informative. I learned a lot of things. And unless we have anything, anybody will take it. I'm concerned that Dr. Olateju didn't say a word.
Sometimes it's better to
I'm an observer. I want you to share that I'm going to make an observation. Because he was asking for some issue. That is 91. But this is
solution. I want to make making a transition from so
I'll sign.
Can we log out?
Yes, please. We can log out now. Robert, we can log out now.
I've logged out since I told you I was
I sent you some video, and I think we should do pictures. I mean, if
Yes.
this is what they will be doing, this is what they're talking
Yes.
about.
do it now.
Put the phone in your hand.
I sent you video.
When you have taken the video, so you have to post that. When you video, they make it video.
Yeah, they understand.
Yeah,
can see it.
Oh my God, don't pay me.
Can see it.